The reality is we have gone from a stock market bubble, now we have a housing bubble, and when it breaks, whatever causes it to pop, then a lot of people are going to find out, oh my God, you know, not only is my stocks down, my house is down too, and now what do I do?
Can you give us your view as to whether or not there is a housing bubble out there?
Well, unquestionably, housing prices are up quite a bit. I think it's important to note that fundamentals are also very strong. We've got a growing economy, jobs, incomes. We've got very low mortgage rates.
The Federal Reserve Chairman, Ben Bernanke, said last week there's going to be a soft landing in housing, proving once again he has no clue about the economy or about America.
Well, Greenspan said the same in his speech.
What more do you need to know?
Okay.
What more do you need to know? Housing is going to be a disaster in the next 5 years. You sell housing stocks and you sell Ben Bernanke.
We're kind of in an interesting place. We're sitting here in your house, and I'm guessing it isn't usually as full of, well, people and things and boxes as it seems to be right now. What's going on?
Well, we're in the process of selling the house. We close on Monday, 3 days from now, and if it closes, then we're gone. We're relocated to Singapore.
From 2006 until today, house prices have fallen more than 30%. So there's been a very sharp decline in home prices across the country. Overall, the U.S. economy appears likely to expand at a moderate pace over the second half of 2007, with growth then strengthening a bit in 2008 to a rate close to the economy's underlying trend.
I mean, I can go broke out of patriotism, but I just as soon not.
I can't predict the future, and I've been wrong quite a few times now.
I want Americans who hear leaders saying every day, we could have never seen this coming. This was a shock. How did this happen? I want to read what you said 5 years before the collapse. Like all artificially created bubbles, the boom in housing prices cannot last forever. When housing prices fall, homeowners will experience difficulty as their equity is wiped out. Furthermore, the holders of the mortgage debt will also have a loss. How could it be that you knew this on the banking committee in 2003 and nobody else did until after the collapse?
Your question is, why didn't we see it? Of course it could happen again. And it's happened before.
We're all getting into a worse fundamental situation than we had before, and we're all going to pay for it.
Jim Rogers knew these bubbles were going to burst, but I didn't. Neither did filmmaker Jimmy Morrison, who started a house painting business less than a month after home prices peaked. His timing couldn't have been worse. But we don't have to make those mistakes again. There are people out there who called it, and next time, maybe we can too.
Right here in America, if you own your own home, you're realizing the American dream.
I ran for president in large measure because I wanted to restore that dream.
We can put light where there's darkness and hope where there's despondency in this country. And part of it is working together as a nation to encourage folks to own their own
One
home.
of the great successes of the United States in this century has been the partnership forged by the national government and the private sector to steadily expand the dream of home ownership to all Americans.
It means we use the mighty muscle of the federal government in combination with state and local governments to encourage owning your own home. That's what that means.
I ask all of you just one more time to look at that chart. And I wish I had a lot of other charts to show you that would reinforce that.
They couldn't see this train wreck coming, even though it was staring them in the face. They're the people who are still in charge. They're the ones who are fixing the economy when they don't understand why it broke. In fact, they broke it, and they're trying to fix it by doing more of what broke it in the first place.
To understand why it broke, we need to understand how the economy is supposed to work in the first place.